What's up, guys? Eric Prey, Focus Fishing Guide Service, Table Rock Fishing Intel. Got another video fishing report for you for Table Rock. It is Tuesday, August the 4th. Been on the water pretty much every day this past week. It's been fabulous since that front came through. We got all that rain. The weather's great. It's, I don't know, 75 degrees right now. Maybe 80, but get a nice breeze blowing, but the weather is fantastic. As far as our lake level is concerned, we are basically right at 918.2, which puts us basically a foot high. Course still running a lot of water. Beaver's still about 4 feet high. Bull shoal's still 25 feet high. But they are making some headway. They've about got Table Rock back to normal, and that's basically got every ramp in the area open. So if you're coming down, you want to launch, you can pretty much launch anywhere you want to. Pretty much every ramp in the area is open. Water temperature has actually cooled down with this cooler weather. I mean, it was 57 degrees when I launched the boat this morning, air temperature, and it's dropped the water temperature. We're looking at low to mid 80s instead of mid to upper 80s right now. I'm in the Baxter area, I saw 83 to 84 all day, and that's pretty much what you're going to find all over the lake. But if you guys are coming down, say you're going to fish the lower end of the lake, basically you got 3 bites going on. Again, like I tell you guys every week, have a topwater tied on, a spook, salmon, whopper, plopper, whatever you want to throw. You know, the chances are you're not going to hit it right, but you know, if you don't have it ready, you don't have it out, they're probably not going to come up and bust on shad. But I have had a couple of decent topwater days this week, so keep that in mind. Have a topwater ready, don't rely on it. Swimbait bite's been really strong. Been doing well down by the dam, scrubbing it on that 7/16 jewel Pee-wee football jig and using the Jackin jaw swimbait. That's how I've been catching most of them, putting the boat in about 20 to 25 foot deep and throwing it out, letting it sink to the bottom and scrubbing it along the bottom. So that's been probably my best bite down on the dam area. And don't get me wrong, the dam area is the toughest area of the lake. It always is this time of year, just due to boat traffic and guide traffic and everything else. The dam area is a lot slower than the rest of the lake. The other bite that's pretty good down there right now is a drop shot rig, and we are starting to catch them out on gravel flats. Actually, the gravel flat bite has been a little bit more predictable than fishing in the trees. Most of these fish on the gravel flats are a little shallower than you expect, anywhere from about 18 to about 24. Since we really don't have a thermocline set up, they are actually moved up a little bit shallower than you would normally expect them. The fish in trees are in those tree tops that top off right around 30-35 foot, and the fish are going to be just on top of those trees. Shad shape cut tail, UV drop shot worm, chompers drop shot worm, all those are working on a drop shot rig down by the dam. Go into the Kimberling City area, same sort of deal, same bites are working. We're catching them every once in a while on top water. So have a spook, salmon, whopper, plopper on. Most of them main lake points, most of them main lake gravel mixed with rock points, but don't rely on it. Swimbait bite's been strong down there as well. Jackin jaw swimbait on the 7/16 Pee-wee football jig. Again, keeping the boat 20-25 foot deep, throwing it out on gravel, scrubbing it back in. Doing a lot better on the main lake than I am back in the creeks on that. Have been catching them drop shotting as well, both on the main lake gravel points, anywhere from about 20 to about 25, and in the treetops back in the creeks, and on some of the main lake points that have trees on them. And again, most of those fish are in that 30 to 35 foot range. I have been catching a few spoon jacking, as Watson would say, throwing the river to sea spoon into the bigger docks or the deeper docks, both in the creeks and some on the main lake, but most of it's been back in the creeks. Some of these more community docks, you know, you're not supposed to fish commercial docks, but we have been catching a few, throwing that spoon in the anywhere from about 25 to 35 foot deep, and most of those fish will hit it as it's falling. It's not going to make it to the bottom, so pitch it back in there as far as you can. As it's fluttering down, keep it on a semi-slack line so you can see that thing falling down there. Go up in the James. Spent a couple of days up the James last week, and we caught some fish. Didn't really catch a lot of big fish. Most of the fish we caught were, I don't know, 13, 14, a few 15 inchers. We did have a couple of better fish, had a couple of 3-pounders, but really did not see the big fish that you go up the James for this time of year. Most of the fish we caught were on a jig, either the Jewel Pro Spider jig or the heavy cover football jig, either one of those, mostly on gravel points. The fish, especially when you get above 0.12, have been a lot shallower than they are anywhere else on the lake. Most of them are coming from that 15 to 20 foot range. And if you've got deep water close by, if you got a point like 0.12 that's got a good drop off or roll off on it, seems like you catch more fish there. Again, we didn't catch a lot of big fish. We ran all the way up, we ran all the way to McCord Bend one day thinking, well, maybe the bigger fish are going up here, and we caught fish, but we just did not catch a lot of big fish. Have been throwing an 8-inch and a 10-inch Texas rig worm up there as well into the brush piles. Again, caught fish, just not catching the big fish that we're looking for. Most of the fish came out of brush piles anywhere from about 10 to about 15 foot deep, so that's a viable bite up there as well. Come up into the White River where I am today. Again, have your top water tied on. The day you don't have it ready is the day the fish are going to come up busting. So have a top water tied on, spook, Sammy, whopper, plopper, whatever you like to throw, have that tied on and at the ready. I'm not going to load the boat on it, not going to guarantee you're even going to get a bite, but if you don't have it, I guarantee they'll come up. Swim bait bite's been really strong today. That's how we caught most of our fish, or a lot of our fish this morning, on a swim bait, throwing the Jackin jaws, 3.3. Been throwing sight fish, been throwing sexy shad and a little bit of pro blue on that 7/16 jewel peewee football jig head. A lot of the fish this morning though weren't on the bottom, they were just off of the bottom. We kind of throw it out and let it sink and then pick up the pace a little bit to keep it just off of the bottom. Caught a lot of fish doing that this morning. Drop shot rig's been strong here as well. Yeah, shad shaped cut tail, UV drop shot worm, chompers drop shot worm. The bite out on the gravel was definitely better than it was in the trees. Most of these fish on the gravel are in that 18 to 25 foot range. The ones in the trees are in that 20 to 35 foot range, but you can catch fish in both. Didn't do any spoon jacking up here today, but I have been doing a little bit up here, and on that worldwide spoon from river to sea, again, it's those bigger docks. The ones on points tend to be a little bit better, but just pitching it all the way back to the walkway and letting it fall all the way back down, that really seems to be key. Most of your bites are going to come when that thing's falling. Most of them are going to come on the initial pitch. Those fish are up under those docks, they see it, they come out and they hit it. So keep that in mind as well if you're coming up the White. Guys, it's August. Things are, a couple weeks, things are really starting to slow down. Looks like the kids are going to be going back to school, so things are slowing down. The lake is slowing down. We still got to get past Labor Day, and then we'll get the lake back. But the fishing is improving. Every day it's getting better and better. This little cold snap we had, the first couple of days of it were tough, but today was better than yesterday, and yesterday was better than the day before. So the fishing is getting better. Guys, again, I'm going to harp on this every week. If you have not checked out tablerockfishingintel.com, get on there, check it out. If you've never been on there before and you want to get a trial membership, a one-day trial membership, doesn't cost anything. You can search around, look at the daily reports. We've got daily reports dang near every day. We've got maps on there. We've got marked maps for every season, for everywhere on the lake. Anywhere and everywhere on the lake, we've got a map that's marked with proven fishing spots from different guides, different anglers. We've got some really cool videos, some technique videos, some interesting stuff on there, but well worth your $45 a year. So take a look at tablerockfishingintel.com when you get a chance. Sign up. At least sign up for the one-day free trial and see if it's for you or not. If it's not for you, I get it, but you know, if you fish Table Rock a lot, it's really a great resource. But guys, if you're coming down, want to hire a guide, give me a call. It's Focus Fishing Guide Service. You can reach me at 417-860-4743 or hit my website, focusfishing.com, and either shoot me an email or book online. Either way, I get back to you as soon as I can. Guys, thanks for watching the videos. Take a minute to check out Table Rock Fishing Intel if you haven't, but thanks for watching the videos. Can't wait to hear from you. We'll see you on the water.